I just got word that the Boulder, Colorado shooter, his name is Ahmad Elsa Eliza Ali Isa. That, of course, is an Arab name, and of course they may switch the narrative. Now, he is a white-looking Muslim, without a doubt, and I mean, just the sleazy things that that these people do, that the left does. All of the, I guess you could say, sleazy behavior that the left is involved in. Kind of sad, to be honest with you. Yesterday, I had a pretty good show. Angela stopped by my show, and she gave her opinion. And even though hers and mine differ, we do respect each other. We've grown to have a form of mutual respect for one another. So that is good. Just wanted to put up here. And hopefully those who are listening to this, I don't think anyone's live. It doesn't advertise. And of course, I'm reading about the Boulder thing. And I want to it was Paul Joseph Watson that promoted this. And was it racism? Am I even allowed to ask? And yeah, this was a Muslim man, and of course you've got the usual suspects during that time saying that, of course, because he was, I guess, white looking, that the police, they took a time to slander the police and slander white people. Sometimes slandering even Christians. And kind of a sad thing how much the establishment controls the society, and the establishment wants to censor you so they can tell you what to think. They don't necessarily trust you with information. I guess they think that information is dangerous for you to have. That's kind of sad. That you can't But I'm just reading these tweets from Paul Joseph Watson because he mentioned that his name Ahmed uh, Ali C. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like I said before, it is an Arab name, and I guess he said he was 21, but he doesn't look 21. He's fat, bald, and I mean he's fat, balding, and hairy. And someone said I think he's 29. The fact that this suspect's name has the potential for drastic changing the narrative is really going to piss off CNN. And of course, CNN is going to, like CNN is not going, they have a narrative and they have an ego. And yeah. And then someone said they will say mental health. Of course, if it's a white Christian, they're already sick. So, and someone how to pronounce his name, Ahmed Al Isa, Allah Isa, and lone wolf with mental issues. And one of the things that people will attack with the lone wolves with mental issues is, of course, if it's a white person, they're going to attack conservatives because conservatives are predominantly white, and they're going to say that we are the ones, or the people of European descent are the ones who are most responsible for mass shootings, even though there's evidence to say otherwise. And again, they also have put out the narrative that if he had been a person of color, particularly if he had been black, that he would have been killed. He would have been executed because that's what police officers do, which is a slander. And I think facts do not prove that. But of course, social media, I mean, the mainstream media will make those statements, and then also the social media will censor anything that goes against that narrative. There are plenty of things in this country that you cannot you can't talk about. And again, I guess they want to take away the AR-15. Want to take away gun rights. I guess the right to defend yourself. Yeah. Someone said, I can't wait for politicians to demand a 6 p.m. curfew for all men with Arabic names. Someone said that white Christians are the biggest terrorists. A lot of things out there being said. And then, of course, we do have the border crisis. Crisis at the border. And I'm looking at that. And this is a complete disaster. Ted Cruz says the Biden administration promised truth and transparency, and yet they're enforcing a total blackout of press coverage at the border. Yeah, you see, people can fool with perceptions when they can censor you. And the thing of social media, it was for the average person to talk truth to power, but the powerful didn't like it because, of course, the powerful, and it's today it's the left, and this could be any group that has power. They certainly do not want to be criticized, and they wanted to stop it. There is a civil rights industrial complex that does not want to be criticized, and it has metastasized itself in every level of our society. And you can say, oh, that's not happening or whatever, but it is. And it protects certain groups and it slanders others. It just does. And of course, this it's the subject of this you cannot discuss too much. They will try to fool with your perceptions. I mean, look at what Google has done with the algorithms. Completely changed. Machine learning fairness. What a sleazy term. What a sleazy term. What a bunch of sleazy people. Lying, sleazy people, degenerates. And now we have a border crisis. And they, of course, don't necessarily want to give honest opinions on the border crisis. And people want to control your speech so they can gaslight you. And of course, if you speak out, you stand the chance of being punished. And the thing of it is, if you speak your truth and you're not angry about it, then you have a better chance. And also realize that if you speak your truth or you speak what you believe to be true and stand up on your morals, and again, you're not upset or angry about it, you just say that these are the facts, and you you know you choose not to like get into a shouting match or angry match, because of course if you show signs of anger, they will absolutely and totally punish you for your transgressions. Of course, they can do things and be angry and show all of their anger and all of their disgust and everything else. So it is what it is. I mean, you can look at the whole whatchamacallit, Sharon Osbourne situation, people getting to say whatever they want. And of course, once you become aware of the civil rights industrial complex and you become aware of the talking points, you certainly become a threat to them because um, they cannot compete with your narrative, so they have to shut you down. So if they can't compete on the same playing field, their ideas cannot compete on the playing field, so they have to not let you into play. And if you don't see that, I don't know what else to tell you. But that's just the way it is, as of now, anyway. Perhaps sooner or later, these lies will be exposed. Of course, I don't think a lie can live forever, and dishonesty can live forever. And you have the right to be inquisitive as a human being. You have the right to ask questions, and all those things are your human rights, because from the moment you are fertilized, the moment of fertilization, you have those rights. Now, those rights could be taken away, but they are certainly your rights. And then when you were born with in this country, America, you were born with inalienable rights, and those rights don't seem to be trying to take away. They want to take away your right of self-defense, and your right of speech. And because they think that speech can become dangerous, knowledge can become dangerous. And of course, anything can become dangerous. But are we as a populace dangerous? Can we hear information? For some people, information is too dangerous to be heard. You have to wear a mask. And do not question the narrative about our law enforcement. Do not question the narrative about systemic racism and critical race theory. You cannot ask those questions. And this is all over the world. This is, of course, you can't go too deep if you... I remember talking about the UK's grooming gang problems and how the left exacerbated that problem. You certainly cannot go too far into that because you will be called a racist. It's a way to shut down debate. And I really don't care about these people. I don't care what they say about me. I certainly do care what they can do to me, because they certainly can cancel me. And cancel culture was started on social media. And you cannot combat it because they censor you. So they started something and they censor you. I wonder if there's going to be a NATO action against these social media companies controlling a narrative and being dishonest and being dishonorable and being sleazy. Because of course these are some of the most sleazy people that I've ever witnessed in power. As far as people owning these companies, these are some of the most dishonorable human beings I've ever come across. They have to lie and they have to gaslight. But that's the way it is in this country. It's changed. I'll go further into the detail. It's kind of the bridge on the River Kwai effect, where they become so enamored with their own beliefs that they will give in to all forms of treachery and enemies because of their ego. And ego is the biggest narcotic known to man, and if you don't keep it in check, the possibility of things going bad for you are real. Anyway, this has been Brian with Transparency and Merit. Like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Thank you.